because my thing will keep beeping.
Here's your story, let's begin. The water's fine, come on, dive in. The future's here, it's right before your eyes. Step by step, you're on your way. Welcome to a brighter day. Don't you know it feels good to be alive? You could be alive.
Well, hello. My name is Danilo Bryan. I'm a retired United States Marine. Just happened to be passing through Colombia about 4 years ago when someone challenged me to do something different in Colombia that was already being done in the Republic of Panama for about 15 years. Why Panama? Well, back in the days, Panama had about 8 US bases, and this group got together and decided that it would be good to create a facility that would offer healthcare, pharmaceutical, physical therapy for all US veterans that had stayed back in Panama after the Panama Canal was turned over to the Panamanian government in the year 2000. Well, knowing that I had a background from Panama, I was actually born in Gorgas Army Hospital. Kind of a little bit of a trivia here. Former Senator John McCain was born in Gorgas Hospital. Having lived in Panama for a couple of years, being bilingual, 26 years in the Marine Corps, VFW commander for Latin America, Caribbean, they decided that it would be a challenge to see if they could replicate what they had already done in Panama. So Hospital Brisas in Panama, with the leadership of Dr. Rafael Melgar and the chief VSO, Mr. Humberto Butcher, came to Colombia, and we spoke for about 3 hours. 2 weeks later, I had a small office, small clinic, 1 nurse, 1 doctor. 2 months later, we had about 75 veterans, and this is going on 3 years now. We have close to 400 veterans in the Medellin area. Based on numbers that we've received from the American Embassy, there's about 125,000 Americans in Colombia. Of that 125,000 Americans, we estimate that there's got to be at least 1,500 veterans, and that's being very conservative. I have recently come to realize that there's a number of veterans, U.S. veterans in the Coffee region. So our goal is in the next 4 to 6 weeks to open up a small office and a small clinic for U.S. veterans that are in the Coffee region. We are looking at Pereira very strongly, maybe because of the highway accessibility, the airport, and the fact that we know that a lot of folks are coming to Pereira also. In the last 2 days, I have actually spoken to 10 veterans face to face. Of those 10, at least 6 of them are already in our system. I've spoken to another 20 veterans that are in the region that had no idea that we have these services here in Colombia. Now keep in mind, if you're a US veteran and you are in Colombia, to preclude the fact that you have to go all the way back to the US for treatment, you could have the same treatment here in Colombia by bilingual doctors, and if you're service connected, all those issues are paid for by the VA, no out of pocket. Now, if you have an issue and it is not service connected, we would help you through the process of getting that documentation back to the VA so that you could get a service connection. If you have a service connection and for some reason you feel that it's gotten worse, we can also have doctors review that and go back to the VA and say, listen, my condition has gotten worse. I need either more treatment or I need a higher rating for that service connection issue. So I am here in Pereira. I will be back in Medellin tomorrow But again, our goal is within the next 4 to 6 weeks, open another facility in the Eje Cafetero that will take care of all our U.S. service members. Enrolling in our system works in conjunction with any local EPS. We cover service connection issues. The VA pays for all your service connection issues. The reason behind EPS is the following. If you are out and about and you have an emergency, EPS will cover that. There's no way for the VA to be able to cover that if it is not service connected. At some point, we try to maneuver where we would go to FMP, the Foreign Medical Program, to see if they will pay for it, or if you have TRICARE, we will try to see if TRICARE will pay for that also. But it's kind of difficult, but we're working on things right now that might be able to change the way the VA sees the FMP pertaining to veterans that are not service connected but fall into another category where there is not an official VA facility where they could walk in and get care. Okay, so if you're in the US and you have a condition, let's say if you have a heart condition, you know that you could walk right into the VA, and because you're a veteran, you'll be taken care of. Now, that is documented. If you are in Colombia and let's say you have a relapse and you go for care, you might be able to get care. Well, actually, you will get care no matter what. You will get care. Then we have to go back to FMP, the Foreign Medical Program, and try to submit those receipts for payment and see if they will pay them. Again, it's kind of tricky. It is something that we are currently working on, but of course, we have to get our politicians back in the US involved so that they could push that whatever is covered in the US is covered overseas, and if something happens that is secondary to one of your main issues, that get covered also.
Okay, and the last thing is we'll just wrap up how they can get a hold of you, and I'll put your card up on the screen at some point, but go ahead.
Okay, our main hospital is in Panama, in the Republic of Panama, Hospital Brisas, but we do have a clinic in Sabaneta, Medellin, where we have 4 doctors, psychologists, psychiatrists, general practitioners. We have a physical therapist, we have a pharmacist, we have 3 nurses, we have 2 assistants, we have a driver. We offer all service connected issues, medication, you name it, at no cost. Again, I'm in Medellin. Sabaneta is just outside of the city of Medellin, and we are an outpatient clinic, but we use all the best local hospitals for any additional care that we are not able to provide besides a regular consult.